1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
All right, everybody. I tell you, we're going to have an awesome show today here on the Sea Island Morning Show. I tell you, I need you to get up and get ready. I just celebrated my birthday, everybody. I had a wonderful time with family and friends. Today, we are actually interviewing Kathy Sledge from Sister Sledge, baby. Ooh, I can remember this song. We used to jam on this song. Lord, we are family. Good morning, Trendy.
Good morning, Sea Island. Good morning, everyone.
I tell you, we are excited to be here. And let me just tell y'all something. Lord have mercy. Lord, listen. I want you to listen. Today on our topic, first of all, before I get started on Trendy, because I'm going to talk about Trendy so bad today, I'm starting to shake, baby. I want to talk about her so bad. But anyway, if you're just tuning in, good morning, everyone. This is the Sea Island Morning Show here on 1450 AM WOL, where information is power. The show is all about beauty, fashion, entertainment, life skills. Today we're talking about a look at how social media has changed our society. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about this crazy thing about the fire challenge. Folks setting themselves on fire, which is one of the stupidest things I ever heard in my life. I'm going to try not to get overly excited. I don't want to cuss today. Praise the Lord in the name of Jesus. Yes. Hallelujah. Yes, hallelujah. Also, we want to talk about the cinnamon challenge. We want to talk about the pass out challenge. We want to talk about how Facebook, the good and the bad, how things have changed, how everyone at the dinner table for my birthday was on their smartphones. You looked around the room, everybody was on their smart telephone. How has media changed society? We're going to talk about that today on the Sea Island Morning Show. Also, we're just really excited because we're going to be interviewing Sister Sledge, Kathy Sledge. And she has something great, a one-woman show this week entitled Brighter Side of Day. It's a tribute to legendary singer Billie Holiday. Some of my old folks, they listening, baby. They love them some Billie Holiday. So she's going to be calling in and talk to us about that and tell us how we can get tickets and all of that. So that's going to be in about 30 minutes. We're going to interview her. But first, I want to start off by thanking everyone. All of the listeners, all of the staff, the students at the Bennett Career Institute, Sea Island Signature Salon, Sea Island Salon. This past Saturday, I celebrated my 30th birthday. That's right, I said it. I said it, Alonzo. I said it. 30th, my 30th birthday. Yes. Celebrated my 30th birthday, 30 plus a couple more years. And it was absolutely phenomenal, Trendy. First of all, I went to work. I sat at the front desk at the Bennett Career Institute, the award-winning Bennett Career Institute, from 8 until 3. Okay. It started kind of shaky, but let me tell you something, everybody. Last year, for my birthday, I was in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and I didn't have any phone reception, all of that. So I was spending my birthday with a really good friend of mine, but it wasn't nobody special. I mean, just a good friend. Celebrating my birthday, and I felt so slighted because I couldn't get phone calls. I didn't hear all the happy birthdays, all this. So Alonzo, Saturday, I just basked in everything. Everybody that walked by, 200 some students. Happy birthday, Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And I said, yes, keep saying it, keep saying it. My wonderful Miss Nash, she's a correctional officer over at the jail. She's also a student. She came in with my breakfast in the morning. Nice little gift bag. Claude Thompson then walked up, Usher, with his card and his red velvet cupcake. I said, y'all keep on doing it. Keep it up. So many people offered me lunch. I said, Lord have mercy. And let me tell you, Alonzo, well, first let me back up everybody. Friday night, my favorite restaurant is Woodmont Grill in Bethesda. And I just love their Hawaiian steak because I love Houston's. And they have the same menu. And when I tell you that Trendy Lindy took me to Woodmont Grill, and she took me to Woodmont Grill, and I just sat there and I ate and I thanked the Lord. Okay, so then Saturday night, my entire family plus Miss Lloyd represented the Georgia Avenue Salon, which is no longer my salon. That ended this Saturday on my birthday. That was my 5th anniversary, and I sold that salon to the graduate. Miss Jawan Clark represented the Martin Luther King location.
Yes.
And then Rashawn and AC represented the Signature Salon.
And Sean Wiggins represented your old barber salon.
Yes, represented not only the school, but then the Sea Island Barber Salon.
That's
and then
right.
my entire family was there. So I tell you, it was just a blessing. We were the Longhorn. But this is it, listeners. I want y'all to pay attention. Now, Tyrone, Richard, all y'all pay attention to this. First of all, Trendy picked me up. Okay? She knew we was going to Longhorn. Willow in the City. I want you to hold on. Willow in the City. I have to get this out.
Lord have mercy.
Trendy picked me up, came to my home, picked me up. We was just going to Longhorn, everybody. And mind you, the food was delicious.
Matter.
The food was delicious. Everything they had on the menu was just delicious at Longhorn.
It was.
In
My
Capital
God.
City Boulevard.
Capital
right?
Center
Capital
Boulevard.
Center Boulevard. Lord have mercy, Alonzo, that Trendy rode up to my house, and you would have thought that she was Beyonce, baby. She had on a new outfit I ain't ever seen before. She had on, listen to me, audience, listen to me, listeners. She had on an outfit that flared out at the waist, and then a little pencil skirt on. Lord, and blue is my favorite color, and then she had nerves to have a little blue eyeshadow on. Take me to the water. Take me to to be baptized. My God, I ain't never seen Trendy look that pretty. I said, all right, Sea Island, maybe I need to have more birthdays, sweetie. Maybe you need to take more time to pull yourself together. Let's get Willow in the City on the 9-5-star cousin. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I want to see pictures.
Yes, indeed.
Happy Island.
Good morning, Willow. And listen, and my birthday, everybody, started with me after I got my favorite coffee. And I thank you all of everybody who I got like over 4 or 5 Starbucks gift cards. You know, I'm addicted to the venti hazelnut Americano. And here I am driving to work, and I look, and there is Willow in the City standing in front of the Signature Salon at about 7:50 in the morning. And I had to open it, and I said, Willow, ma'am, you are not going to make me late. She want to do birthday hugs and all that, ma'am. I have to open the business at 8 o'clock. And guess what? I got there exactly at 8 o'clock. Because, you know, the students be there with their arms folded like, I know you're not late the way you talk to us about being on time. So I had to make sure I was there. All right, good morning with your tips and clips. Willow in the City, everybody.
Hey, good morning. Well, we know it's braid season and all that good stuff. And with the change of weather, sometimes we have an issue with our scalp. So I found a natural remedy. We all into natural. Guess what? Apple cider vinegar, quarter cup of apple cider vinegar, quarter cup of water. Put it in your spray bottle. Refresh your scalp. Yes, we use sea breeze as an antiseptic, I believe, but apple cider vinegar actually has antibacterial properties in it, and a lot of times that's what causes the flaking and the dandruff. And dandruff is caused by many different things. Sometimes we automatically think it's dry scalp. Well, refresh your scalp, guys. And it also works as a pre-shampoo treatment to help control that dandruff, just to get that bacteria off the scalp. So there you have it. Apple cider vinegar. One more thing it's awesome for.
Wow.
All right. Well, Willow, let me just say this while I have you on the line. I just wanted to let you know that you have been doing an absolutely fantastic job at the Sea Island Signature Salon. I just want to tell all of our listeners that when we book appointments from the radio station, most of the times I will do the consultation and I will do some of the work, but then I turn it over to our award-winning team because we are a team and we work together. So normally it's more than one person on your head. So some of you who don't like a lot of people, then maybe this isn't the place. Now, Willow is our lead designer from our Sea Island Morning Show, who we would refer you to. But I like to do consultation. I like to get into your head. I like to do my analyzation, and then I let Willow do her magic, or I let Agnes do their magic on you. And on tomorrow, now I wasn't there last week because we were in New York City. But I will be there on tomorrow, the entire day. And then those of you who missed my birthday, those of you who didn't call me last Monday, those of you who did not show up at the Bennett Career Institute, I'm talking to my listeners. I'm talking to Grandma. I'm talking to Auntie. I'm talking to Sister. I'm talking to Mrs. Those of you, I want to see you tomorrow at the Sea Island Signature Salon. I will be there at 9:30. We start taking appointments at 10 o'clock. If you want to come in to see me, to see Willow, you're going to need to call my office so we can make that appointment. Now, Willow is live on the air doing her show, which she's going to give you that information in a second, where you can actually see her live doing her show, and she usually comes in around noon. So you just have me and Agnes until Willow comes in. But Willow, now they tell me that you have been doing a fantastic job at Signature, and I just say that I'm really glad that you took the opportunity with your 20-some years. You could have went anywhere, but you came to us. Now, listen, everyone, Willow has been doing hair for 20-some years. Her daughter's also a graduate from Bennett Career Institute, and she had a quiet place salon, and she wanted to branch back into the nation's capital. And so she picked the award-winning Sea Island Signature Salon. So she's the first person in the chair. She's been licensed for many, many years. She's a graduate from the Bennett Career Institute. Now, even though she specializes well, wait a minute.
She's in the city.
I'm in the city.
Apparently.
I tell you that every week. Yeah.
Apparently. Y'all, that Willow really get on my nerves.
Funny.
But I'm not going to do that. She first of all, she's so funny, everybody. She reminds me so much of Trendy. Alonzo, I can't get away from these kind of women. Trendy tells me what to do during the week with all her ideas and all of that, and I have to calm her down. When I go in Tuesday, baby, Willow don't let me breathe. Mr. Bennett, I was thinking. See how, you know what we should do? This is what I was thinking. I said, Lord, that's the problem. Women thinking.
We thinking. Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Don't get me started. No, women, y'all should be cooking on me. Stop for the phones be all lit up.
No, he didn't say he should be cooking.
Let me stop before I say barefooted, pregnant, and cooking in front of the stove. The phones are lit up, and baby, I would be sitting at home on Mondays. Y'all would not do that to me. But Willow, on a serious note, we got to go. But I just want to let you know that I've been looking at your work. Your work is phenomenal. I need you to send us some more pictures so I can put it on on our Sea Island Morning Show page. Our listeners can see how beautiful you work. And I tell the listeners, we're not trying to take you from your stylist. What we're asking you to do is, if you everyone needs a backup. Everyone needs a stylist, and especially Willow being really good with natural hair, lock maintenance, all kind of braids and plaits and all of that. But she's really good with short hair, and she's good with everything relaxed and natural. And I tell our listeners that oftentimes, it's about having somebody that's convenient, having somebody that's going to be professional, having someone that's going to get you in and get you out, and that feeling. Let me say this before I let you go, Willow. The last client that you had, she came up to the desk to check out with me, and she said that she didn't have that many friends. She has over 7 strokes. And she said to me how when she came in the door and as she exited, how she felt like the Sea Island Salon was a family atmosphere, a relaxing atmosphere, and she just felt really great. So I just want to thank you for coming on board, and thank you for paying attention and listening. And I know some things I'm a little slow with, honey, that Willow, and don't get me started. But I just appreciate you, and I just thank you for being a part of our team. All right?
Thank you, Sea Island.
All right, I'll see you on tomorrow.
All righty.
Okay. All right, everyone. We're going to go to commercial break in a minute. But listen, I want you to call me for those who haven't been into Signature. On Tuesdays we do a 20 Tuesday where you can come in and you can get a basic wet set or a basic blow dry and curl for $20. I want to see some of you tomorrow. Let's continue to celebrate my birthday. The number for you to call to make the appointment is 202-526-1400, extension 19. This rings right on my desk. When I get in after the studio, I take down all the calls. Trendy calls everyone back, and we'll set you up to come in on tomorrow. If you know anyone that has lock maintenance, we do a Lock Me Up Thursday where it's only $50 for lock maintenance. And that, again, is at the Sea Island Signature Salon, 705 Florida Avenue, Northwest. Parking in the rear. We're right next to the Gospel Spread and Bookstore. All right, it's commercial time. When we come back, we want to talk about how has social media changed our society. What in the hell is going on? All of these cell phone users, the fire challenge, people trying to pass. How in the world you want somebody to pass out? I don't understand that.
That's crazy.
So we got to talk about all this foolishness and much more. And again, at 10:30, we'll be interviewing the iconic Kathy Sledge. All right, everybody, it's 1450 AM WOL, where information is power. We'll be right back after these messages.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
Good morning. It's WOL Catholic Update. It is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life. Much better right now on the outer loop of the Beltway, heading up toward 202 and Route 50, where an earlier medical emergency was cleared away. Everything is open right now. We're doing much better. Northbound Naylor Road, Branch Avenue, right lane blocked for road work. Westbound on East-West Highway in Silver Spring after 16th Street, accident cleared. Imagine the dark picture of Thomas Edison had given up on the light bulb, but failure didn't discourage Edison. Optimism, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com. Now your WOL weather forecast brought to you by Prince George's Community College Fall enrollment for today. Mostly sunny, a high near 90 degrees. A few clouds overnight down to 70. Tomorrow, clouds and sun and a high near 91. Prince George's Community College offers affordable and convenient degree programs. Transform your life. Fall classes begin August 23rd. Enroll today. Learn more at pgcc.edu. Steve Hirschhorn for News Talk 1450 WOL, where information is power.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
All right, everyone, we're back here live here on the Seattle Morning Show, 1450 AM WOL, where information is power. When I tell you, everyone, we are just excited to be here. Just two more announcements. One, I told you about 20 Tuesdays, and that's 202-526 1400 extension 19. Now, you have no reason for your hair to be jacked up.
That's right.
You have no reason for Africa and Beijing in the back of your head. You have no reason for any of that. Okay, now starting in this fall, at the end of this month, we're going to be doing Weave Me Wednesdays. For those of you who like a weave, you'll be able to get a weave from our award-winning team at discounted rates. Also, everyone, this coming Sunday is the business series. I'm not going to register anybody past Thursday because we have to order lunch. We have to get your notebooks together. Anyone that's interested in opening a business, preferably a beauty business, but all of the a lot of the principles that we're going to tell you apply to any business. If you have a son or daughter or granddaughter or grandson or a cousin or sister, or someone that you know that's about to embark and open either barbershop or salon or restaurant, catering business, whatever, you need to have them register for the business series. It's only $39 for our students and $49 for the public. We're not going to take anybody else. We're not going to take anyone else past this coming Thursday. I don't understand why black folk especially wait till the last minute to do everything. Call me Saturday and want to register all you want to, and it's going to be a problem. What you need to understand is we have and line up for you. We have the award-winning team. We have myself. Trendy Lindy is going to be teaching. Rashawn Broadnix is going to be teaching. Raymond Bell from the Hope Project is going to be teaching. We have the beauty attorney, Roxanne Kerr, is going to be teaching. The accountant, J. Arthur Brown and Associates, Mr. Brown, is going to be teaching. So we have a little bit of everyone that's going to make sure that you get everything from marketing, accounting, social media, health, wealth, incorporation, establishing a business, taxes, how to prepare website, clientele building, the key components to building endurance. All of this is taking place this coming Sunday. We believe that it's from 9 to 5. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, from 9 to 5 this coming Sunday, and lunch is included. If you are interested, then you need to make sure that you call call Rashawn Broadnix, at the 202. Everyone already know that the number is 526-1400, 202. We're just giving you extensions. My extension is 19, Trendy's 18, Rashawn Broadnix extension is 42. Rashawn is doing the business series on extension 42. So we want you to call, or just call me on extension 19, and we'll make sure that we get that information over to you. But you definitely want to be a part of the business series. Determining Your Future is what we entitled it.
Yes, I am so excited about this coming Sunday. We are going through our preparation so that we can be ready just to give all of our knowledge, experience, and a wealth of information that you can take with you to see yourself go to another level. So even if you are not in the stages of starting, to prepare for your business, the information, the book that the booklet that C. Allen will prepare for you, and the things like that is great information to have on hand until you are ready. So just coming to this series is good preparation for your future plans. So it doesn't matter if you're, in the process right now. Come and glean the information from people who are, doing business successfully, so that you can learn and so that you can be prepared when it is your time.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. So, Trendy, real quick now. So, we got to get into our topic. Our topic today, we're talking about how has social media changed our lives. Before we get into that, Trendy, let me just ask you. So, how did you enjoy your weekend?
Oh my goodness, I had a fabulous time. First of all, we share the same favorite restaurant. Woodmont is my favorite. In fact, when C. Allen wants to motivate me to bring my numbers to a certain level and things like that, he always say, okay, Woodmont is on the line now. If you want to go this weekend, you better get that number up. I get so excited, and I tell you, the numbers go through the roof because I love that Woodmont. And the thing is, when C. Allen,
Trinity love to eat, just like C. Allen.
I love Woodmont.
She loved to eat like C. Allen.
But listen, when
we come in the door, Alonzo, at 9 o'clock, trying to figure out what we're gonna eat for lunch. Don't play with me.
And it's bad because even the maintenance crew who comes and clean our office and empty our trash, they were like, "Well, did y'all have lunch yet?" And they say that's all we do up in our C. Allen office penthouse is eat.
Let MDs tell it.
But no, we have a great time. I enjoy my job. But the great thing, when C. Allen take you to your favorite restaurant, you can get whatever you want. And I hate to say this, but one time I was torn between two entrees. He allowed me to get both. I was like,
and she got both.
And I got both, and I sure did. But I didn't eat all of it. But at least I had the option. So anyway, I'm just grateful for, the weekend was fabulous. So we started off at our favorite restaurant. The next day it was awesome as well. We had about 30 people to show up at Longhorn and just eat and talk and fellowship and laugh. That was just a lot of fun. But it was just, I enjoyed it. And then the next day, I actually have a good girlfriend. She shares the same birthday as C. Allen. So I had to take her out the next day, yesterday, for her birthday. So we went to Mike's on the Water and then saw the James Brown movie. So I had a fabulous time. I thought it was my birthday. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That Trendy, I don't understand why, but we're not going to go there. But I understand why she turns everything into it got to be about her.
No.
Ma'am, you need to have a seat.
I like to celebrate my loved ones.
I need you to have several seats. That Trendy, she kills me. Anyway, everybody, listen. Let me give you the 1-800 numbers. 1-800-450-7876. 1-800-450-7876. We want to talk about how has social media changed our society. I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me, how do you feel that social media has changed the society? 1-800-450-7876. Now, I'll first start off with the 5 ways that social media is changing our daily lives. Mm-hmm. The first reason, or the first way that social media is changing our daily lives is, number one, this is where a lot of us get our news.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
A lot of us, watching the news has kind of fallen off because we're on our smartphones and we're on the computer, and most of the time we get our news from the computer because, like me, I'm on AOL, and even in Google, most places when you log in, the first thing come up is the latest news, and usually from the Associated Press. So oftentimes, how it's changing our lives is, one, is where we get our news. Second, how we start and do our business. Mm-hmm. It's really funny because when I come in the morning, the first thing I do is I get on social media to announce exactly what is going on for the day, what is happening. And that is something, of course, that we haven't done years ago. And you know what else I was thinking, Trendy?
What's that?
That back in the day, we would have morning meetings.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you come in, you get on social media, and you can conduct business right then and there. Another thing, ways that social media has changed our daily lives is how we meet and stay in touch with people.
Mm-hmm.
Because most times, a lot of people now, we meet through social media.
Mm-hmm.
And that is an outstanding way that we also keep in touch with people. You know, back in the day, we had no other choice but to call people on the phone and keep in touch with people through the telephone. But now it is so convenient for us because I know that I haven't seen some church members in so long because they may have gone to another church or what have you, but we keep contact through social media. There's a lot of family members that I don't see on a regular basis, but we stay in touch through social media. So, you know, you have so many different outlets now. Your old high school friends, all of that. Today, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about how has social media changed our society. Let's go to the phone lines. Okay. All right. Miss Jessup, you need some information, dear?
Yes, I just need the number and the place where the seminar is going to be held Sunday for my granddaughter.
Okay. The business series is going to be at the Bennett Career Institute, which is 700 Monroe Street Northeast, Washington, D.C. And the number that you can call is I want you to call my line, and it's 202 526 1400.
Yes.
And that extension is 19.
Okay. I just want to give it to her. Thank you so much.
All right, Miss Jess. And you keep listening to us, okay?
I sure will.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, another thing social media has changed our daily lives is also, well, one, I told you, the first one was where we get our news. The second one is how we start our day. How we start and do our business. The third one is how we meet and stay in touch with each other. The fourth one is what we reveal. Because how social media is changing our daily lives is a lot of times it's what we reveal, what we tell people, the things that we want people to know. And the last one is what we can influence. And I just think that it's important for us because, so Trendy, tell me, how do you normally, how has social media changed your daily life?
Well, there are good sides and there are bad sides.
And we're going to talk about that too. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're good and bad. I must say I feel guilty because I'm not as active with social media as some of my co-workers and counterparts and things like that. I do have Facebook, but I do not post a status. I hardly ever do that unless there's something that's really great that I think everybody should know about, and I want to, just tell it all, and no one else is telling it. I'm a little guilty. I feel a little bad, and then I feel like like I'm still in a dinosaur age, because everyone else is, seems to be into it. Like at the dinner table on Saturday, I probably was the only one not on the smartphone. I'm more of the person, I like to be in person with a person. I like to look in your eyes. I like to touch you. I like to smile. I want to do all of that. So for me, look at Lonzo.
No, because Trendy, the reason why she's not in the social media, ladies and gentlemen, is because she like to be seen, and you can't see her through the computer.
I'm a background person, sir.
Almost cuss. Listen, everybody, we got to go to commercial break, but when we come back, everybody, I'm telling you, we have the iconic Kathy Sledge on the line.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. My first question, when we come back, we're going to interview her when we come back, but my first question is, Boo Boo, do you get tired of everybody singing, "We Are Family"? Because that's my cut right there. I don't care if it was, I don't even know when they recorded the song, but that is the song. I still can remember the album color, I think it was like pink or red or something. I still can remember, and the sisters there, they were all so pretty. And then, you know, I got a little birdie to tell me that Kathy has a daughter that's just as pretty, you know, as she is. So I can't wait to interview her in the brighter side. And I want to know where my ticket at. I want to know where is my ticket. Now, how in the world are we going to interview her and know where is my ticket?
Where is it?
A brighter side, a brighter day. I'm going to get it together on the commercial break. All right, everybody, we're going to take a break. But listen, call a friend, call a neighbor. The iconic Kathy Sledge when we come back here on 1450 AM WOL, where information is power.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
Good morning, I'm Doug Parrish. News1.com, brought to you in part by McDonald's. With the new McDonald's app, you can get exclusive personalized coupon offers like never before. Well, Marion Barry is recovering from minor injuries after getting into a car crash over the weekend in Southeast. Police cited Barry for driving on the wrong side of the road and crashing into another car. He was also driving with expired tags. A spokesperson for Barry called it a minor fender bender and said Barry had a medical episode which led to the crash. Overseas, an Israeli ceasefire is reportedly in place in Gaza. The 7-hour humanitarian ceasefire went into effect this morning, but not before Israeli forces hit more than 20 targets in Gaza overnight, killing at least 4 people. Tropical storm Bertha is gaining strength and could become a hurricane later today. The National Hurricane Center clocked Bertha's maximum sustained winds at 70 miles per hour as the storm pushed past the northern end of the Bahamas early this morning. Forecasters say the storm will pass midway between the East Coast and the island of Bermuda on Tuesday. There are 7 new members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Linebacker Derek Brooks, punter Ray Guy, defensive ends Michael Strahan, Claude Humphrey, tackle Walter Jones, wide receiver Andre Reed, and cornerback Aeneas Williams were enshrined in Canton on Saturday. Michael Strahan here says his dad was an integral part of the success.
I remember being in the gym, and I didn't want to be there. And my dad looked at me and said, son, one day it'll pay off. And, Dad, I got to say it paid off.
Michael Strahan there. The news brought to you in part by the Foundation for a Better Life. Learn more about their mission. Go to values.com. I'm Doug Parrish. When you're looking for news for Black America, go to news1.com.
Alex, man, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up, brothers?
Been a long time since you got a fade. It must be your anniversary.
Yeah, man. 25 years and counting. 25 years? Hey, man, you mean you managed to keep a woman happy for over 5 minutes?
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
All right, everyone. We're back here live here. I tell you, Radio 1 Studios. I tell you, we are here and we are having a ball today. All right, listeners, we are excited because it's something that's coming up this week that we're now going to tell you about. But listen, before we tell you that, we want to welcome to the stage, welcome to our family.
Yes.
I tell you, this person here was born and raised in Philadelphia. Miss Kathy Sledge is the youngest of 5 girls. By the age of 6, she was singing songs with her sisters in perfect harmony. Who would have guessed that only 10 years later, she would record a song that would literally touch the hearts of millions around the world? Kathy was born to perform, along with vocal coaching and teachings from her grandmother, an experienced opera singer. Her instinctive ability was bred from her father. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, we have the iconic Lord from Philadelphia. I tell you, everyone have heard us, the Sledge Sisters. You know, I'm telling you that we are really excited. Kathy and her sisters, they signed their first recording deal with Alto Records, resulting in their very first hit, Mama Never Told Me. They went on to record their second international hit, Love, Don't You Go Through No Changes on Me, which landed #1 on the Japanese charts. All right, y'all better be international. Listen, following this, Kathy and her sisters won the prestigious and highly sought-after Silver Award at the Tokyo Music Festival. After meeting Kathy and her sisters hit song writers, Neil Rogers and Bernard Edwards wrote and produced We Are Family, and that's what we listen to now, reflecting their real life family. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring to the stage Miss Kathy Sledge. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? Wow, I was listening to you. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool what he's saying about me.
Well, you know what, Miss Kathy Sledge, and it goes on and on. You know, we're going to get to the later stuff later on, but it goes on and on. But I wanted to bring you in because I tell you that it is an honor and a privilege to have you to be a part of our community, which is the Sea Island Morning Show. Our show is about beauty, fashion, entertainment, and life skills. And we have thousands of listeners, and we are excited because all weekend I've been playing my song, We Are Family, because I couldn't wait to get you on the air this morning. When I tell you, we're just really happy to have you with us today. Now, before we even get into anything, I want you to tell us, why are you coming to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. this week?
Well, I got to tell you, I'm so excited to be coming to, first of all, to be in D.C., because I love D.C. I really do. It's like a second home to me. I'm coming there to perform The Brighter Side of Day, which it's a tribute to Billie Holiday. It's actually a musical in the makings. And we started Blues Alley, and we end up at Buckingham Palace in December. And we're actually starting off with this. It's been getting rave reviews. We did it in Philadelphia a couple of years back, and now we're revisiting it. And it's interesting because, I was offered the part of Billie Holiday off-Broadway in Lady Day, in the play Lady Day. And I also was offered the script of Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill. But what's crazy is we know her life. And Brighter Side of Day, people say I bring her to life on stage. And I thought, okay, well, let's just lift this legend up. How do you want to be remembered, for your heaviest times or for the music and the legend that she is? And people say, because I bring her to life on stage, we just propel you right into the 40s with Louis Jordan and the Timpani 5. Actually, my horn section is the same section that Alicia Keys uses.
Wow.
And we have all these amazing musicians, and you just feel like you're in the 40s. And in the middle of all of it is Billie, so it's just lifting her up. And so we're excited. We're definitely excited to be at Blues Alley.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Oftentimes when we think of Billie Holiday, we necessarily do not think of the brighter side. And I think that is the reason, and I think that is why this is going to be so exciting for our listeners to come out and see, because Billie Holiday was truly talented, and she had a voice to be reckoned with. And oftentimes people only want to think about the drugs and stuff, but they're not thinking about the talent. And listen and reading the reviews. The reviews said that you really knock it out of the ballpark.
Thank you. It's interesting because I feel like Marilyn Monroe had a challenging life, but we're not reminded of it all the time.
Exactly.
No. In fact, we just see gorgeous Marilyn. And with Billie, I feel like, honestly, if it were a different time, it probably would have been a different story. I think she was just too strong to be in the time that she was in. So with Brighter Side of Day, of course, it's the blues, but it's also, Salt Peanuts. It's also all the music of the era. And with Billie, I feel like this is what she loved most, and so now we're just portraying her in a way where you get to see the music and the legend that she was and will always be.
I really think that's awesome.
Exciting.
So now listen now. So let's go back a little bit. And I want to talk a little bit about Kathy Sledge, because to us, we believe that, you are iconic. You have been out here. How long have you been in the industry now?
Oh, let me think. I actually, it's interesting. I always parallel my age and the time that I've been in this industry as long as Michael Jackson was. We used to be the parallel girl group next to the Jacksons, and we had toured with them for months. And I think, and I actually did, what people don't know, I grew up on stage. Now, because of YouTube, you can see things as far back as Rumble in the Jungle. That was me with my sisters, with James Brown. I was 13 then, but we got to sing in, Zaire. And it's interesting because I really can truly say I grew up on stage. As I look back, and I don't regret one bit of it. It's a part of my life.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Now, I have a family-owned business, and we run beauty schools, salons, and all of that. So how were you able then to balance business and family?
Well, it's funny because
I want you to tell me the truth. Then, did you slap your sister after the?
If you Google, you can see there's some madness going on. The sisters actually, and here's another interesting parallel because I don't know if you know, but a lot of people do now because I just came out of a lawsuit with the sisters, which is kind of interesting. But the funny thing is, yes, we will always be known for that song, which I'm most proud of. What's so crazy is this propelled me, this actually catapulted me into really doing what I love to do, and that is this whole Brighter Side of Day, to me, has been a passion forever. And I feel like, we plan while God laughs. You think you're doing A, B, and C, but God has other plans. And I've been really moving forward with some really interesting projects that are starting to take off. In fact, now Stanley Clark is coming on board. We're talking to him about co-producing the Brighter Side of Day project. And so I'm just seeing these doors open, and it's all really good. It's very good, actually. I think that's awesome. Now, we don't have to get into the lawsuit. It's okay. I do want to say this because if you Google it, you can see that. But I think so that people know it's what I've learned is that do we have madness? Of course we do in our family, like any other family, and we're not immune to that. And I think what you have to know more than anything is I will always be most proud of the fact that what people don't know is the song was literally written about us. Like someone was describing us to Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards, and they took out pens and they started writing down, they flocked together like birds of a feather. Wow. Blah, blah, blah. And another crazy thing is what people don't know is I recorded the lead to that song in one take. And we weren't allowed to hear it until it was time to record it. They taught me the verses, like verse by verse, but the ad-lib, all of that was one take. And I think that is why, to this day, there's a magic in it. It's a special song, I think there's a blessing in it, and I think that to be able to be that voice on that song is something I will forever be proud of. And
that's great. So let me ask you this now: how does it feel to be a solo artist after performing with your sisters for so many years?
I just did I was a surprise guest invited by Prince at the Essence Jazz Festival, and no one knew that I was going to be there. Wow! And I have to tell you, when I sang "We Are Family," I know I was surprising people, but the surprise was on me by the response, and it was it overwhelmed me. And I think when I think of doing solo and doing any solo project, I always like to think of it as a tree that branches out. I think it's healthy to grow. And I think most bands that get that and understand that, they're huge because of it, like Frankie Beverly, I think a lot of times, I think a lot of times with bands, that's always the biggest problem. Like I always use this example of the Beatles, and I'll say, you have John up front on the guitar, and George up front singing, and Paul, of course, up front singing, and Dwayne on the drums. No, it's not Dwayne on the drums. It's Ringo on the drums. And my point is, Ringo may not be the one up front singing, but his presence is just as important.
Yes,
it's just as big. And I think when... Look ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say that they tell me that Prince brought the house down
at
the Essence Festival. My God, they said that he turned that place purple. You hear what I said? They said it was
awesome. He literally did. He lit up
That's what they said.
He lit up the whole Superdome. It was purple.
That's right. Now listen.
He was one of the nicest people ever. And
That's great.
I was overwhelmed.
So listen, everyone, we're going to have to take a break, but we have Kathy Sledge on the line. Now listen, in 1992, Kathy Sledge, she signed with Epic Records as a solo artist. Her first LP, Heart, featured the singles Take Me Back to Love Again and the ballad All of My Love, with the remix of Take Me Back to Love Again becoming a huge dance hit. So listen, we're going to talk to the undisputed, world-renowned, international recording artist. And this summer, Kathy releases a new single, "Keep It Moving." So you know what? That's one of my favorite little things I say. I say Kim, K-I-M, keep it moving, and I say it all the time. So that's really good. So we're really excited about that. And a new urban single, A Lot, this fall coming out. So listen, Kathy, I want you to hold the line. We got to pay some bills, but when we come back, we're going to talk about Brighter Side of Day and how you can come out and see her this week. And it's co-produced by jazz legend Stanley Clark. This is 1450 AM WOL, where information is power, a Radio 1 station. We'll be right back after these messages.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
Good morning. Traffic update is brought to you by Jiffy Lube. On Rhode Island Avenue, 14th Street Northeast, it was an accident, busy intersection there, so look for police on the scene. Rhode Island Avenue, 14th Street Northeast. Naylor Road northbound at Route 5 Branch Avenue, the right lane is blocked, and that is going to be for midday construction. Now through September 1st, drive into your local Jiffy Lube and change more than your oil. Help change your life. Donate $3 for the Muscular Dystrophy Association and receive $100 in Jiffy Lube savings. Now your WOL weather forecast brought to you by Marlowe Furniture. For today, mostly sunny. A high around 90 degrees, a few clouds overnight, down to about 70 for a low. And for tomorrow, a mix of clouds and sun, could see a stray shower, and a high near 91.
Take half price off any love seat when you buy the matching sofa, only at Marlowe.
Steve Hirschhorn for News Talk 1450 WOL, where information is power.
WOLDCnews.com.
All right, everyone, we're back here live in the nation's capital. I tell you, we are excited here in the Radio 1 studios. We have the iconic, the legendary, and she's still so beautiful, Miss Kathy Sledge. So, Kathy, before I start talking about the brighter side, and then tell me about your regimen. So, what you do to look so pretty? Because, my Lord, I'm looking at some of these pictures, and I feel the spirit, baby, moving on over here. Hey! Oh, I'm sorry. They said that was the wrong spirit. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Oh,
you know what? It's funny, but I actually... I work out a lot. I used to teach fitness for like 18 years, and I like to run. I like to spin. I like spinning, and I have to admit I like to eat everything in arm's reach, so I have to watch that. But no, I do. My son actually is a trainer, and so now he's been training me. So it's like I have the best of both worlds.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
It is pretty awesome. He has a company that he started with the principles of boxing. So he kicks my butt.
Well, they say that's the best way to get in shape and stay in shape is going to a boxing gym.
Yeah,
that's what they say.
That and it's like between him never letting up, I don't have a chance. So the benefits are nice. So I get to
Okay, so now let me ask you this now. Okay, now this is the last one. Then we'll get to the brighter side. Okay, so now. So talk to me about the hair, because I own a beauty school and salons and all of that. Talk to me about what's going to happen this week. Are you doing a retro look? Are you doing a 40s hairstyle? Talk to me about your hair for the brighter side of that.
I do. It's funny. And what's interesting is, without giving too much away with the show, and the reviews will tell you that in a way, it's as if we make it so as if I actually just transform into Billy.
Wow.
So how do we do that without, with a quick costume change or a quick change of the hair? But there are ways that we worked it that it of course with the gardenia, the signature gardenia, but it takes it to the 40s. I won't give it all away, but some of the reviews, in fact, one of the reviews said that it was as if I just reincarnate right in front of your eyes. And definitely the hair, I'll pull it back, and we just take you right to that whole look, that whole era. The guys, everybody's dressed in that era.
Okay, well that's really awesome. So now just let us know if you need yours truly or someone to come over and do that pretty old slick back of the updo or something for you.
Okay,
since
I
you're
will.
in Washington, okay? You don't have to put that out there.
Okay, we'll talk.
Sea Island Signature Salon, baby. We know what to do. But listen, everyone, if you're just listening, we have the lady, the era, the music, the style, the brighter side of day. This musical is a theatrical production about Billie Holiday, whose soulful, unique voice is still considered to be one of the greatest jazz voices of all time. It was created to showcase the softer and lighter side of Billie that affected so many in a way we've never seen or felt. We're really excited. The brighter side of day takes you back to the 1940s with horns. Are there any other instruments relevant to the 40s? Listen, atmosphere and Billie.
Yeah.
For those who often feel, about this era, the amazing, this is going to be this different era. You'll be pleasantly surprised at how uplifting, fun, relevant the 40s music can be. You won't want to miss this. Tell my listeners how they can be a part of the brighter side of day. How can we see it? What do we need to do to get tickets?
Well, you just have to go right online to bluesalley.com and grab your tickets. We're excited that they're selling really nicely, and that excites me. But you just there's an 8:00 show and on the 8th and 9th, that's Friday and Saturday, and definitely jump online and grab your seat because once you get there, we'll just take you right to the 40s. What's crazy too? I didn't know this, but in starting Brighter Side of Day, because people said bring her to life on stage, I felt like, well, let's just take you right there in that club. So we totally will transform the Blues Alley into what we like to call the Gardenia Room, because I always feel like that's where it would take place. What I found out later as we were doing research about Billie is that was the one thing that she wanted in her life was to own a nightclub.
Wow.
So I just feel like we just take it right. We've taken it to that place now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I think that's going to be awesome. So, listeners, if you are just tuning in, we have Kathy Sledge on the line, and she is going to be at Blues Alley this weekend, Friday and Saturday. You need to go online and you need to get your tickets. What I want you to do is let's completely sell out a brighter side of day, featuring Kathy Sledge. And I think that it would be, and first of all, this is really good that you came on our show because most of our listeners are seasoned folks. Most of our listeners, even though I have a younger audience, we still have listeners. The station has listeners that love jazz, love Billie Holiday. They love you, and we got so much buzz that when I told them that you were going to be on the air today. So what we're going to do is we have the media kit, and we're going to have our guy put it on our website so they can get a little more about what's going to happen with the brighter side of day. And but listen, everybody, just don't go to the website, SeaIslandMorningShow.com. Just don't go there. But we want you to call now or go online now to Blues Alley. We all know what Blues Alley is. Get your tickets to see the iconic Kathy Sledge, Brighter Side of Day. If you love Billie Holiday, if you look at the reviews, I mean, these guys are saying that they closed their eyes and thought that they were right there, thought that they were back, that the beautiful rendition of Billie Holiday was just something that you do. One person said was spine tingling. Lord have mercy. And we already know you can sing, so I know that is going to be fabulous. So listen, I just want to say thank you for coming on this morning. I know that your week is going to be really busy, but I just want to share with you that we are going to continue to promote this week. So we can, and then there is even a little snippet of Kathy doing God Bless the Child. So we're going to put up all those links so everyone will be able to have opportunity. And then some of you, and let me talk to my students for a second. Then some of y'all know that, we need to do a little bit more than going to the go-go. Then let's get a little sophisticated. Put on your nice little outfit. And let's go and come out and see the beautiful Kathy Sledge this weekend. There's some of you, I'm still celebrating my birthday from Saturday. A good way, celebrate the birthday, get some tickets, and let us all come out and be just mesmerized by a brighter side of day. I think it's going to be awesome. Trendy, did you have anything for the iconic Kathy Sledge?
Well, I would like to say I am honored to be a part of this interview with you. Wow. You are beautiful, and I can't wait. I want to go to the show. I can't wait to see you in action and just to glean from all that you give. Are you just super excited about this particular project more so than some of the other things that you've done? Or is this like a dream come true for you?
It is. It's like watching a dream come true and become more and more huge. And I know this sounds crazy, but I always feel like we're giving back to the legend now. I feel like if there were not a Billie Holiday, I would not be able to do this.
Wow.
And so now we can actually just take her to the next place. I feel like it's time to lift up our legends.
Yes.
And I'm loving seeing these, our legends being lifted, like Ray Charles and now James Brown. And if we don't tell our stories, someone else will.
Absolutely.
And so it's time to lift them up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm so excited about this. Yeah.
And it's great, to honor those who deserve it. A lot of times we lose that. We lose that with the current people who are, right in front of us, and we tend to sometimes forget or neglect the people who paved the way. So it's a great thing that you're doing, and I'm so excited for you.
Okay, so Kathy, we're gonna have to go, but listen, I want you to tell the listeners, besides A Brighter Day, how can they follow you? How can they keep in touch with you? How can they continue to support your career?
Well, you can find me everywhere on social media, and Instagram, and of course Facebook, and Twitter, and it's all Kathy Sledge. And my website, of course, is kathysledge.com, and there is a website for Brighter Side of Day, and it's brightersideofday.com. So all of those above. Just if you Google Kathy Sledge, you can find it.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
All right, well, we thank you so much for calling in, and we look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to getting there.
Yes, and let us know, Allen Signature Salon, if you need that do done or that face painted. All right.
Okay.
You have a great day.
All right.
Okay. All right, everyone. That was the iconic, legendary Kathy Sledge from the Sister Sledge, and now she's a solo artist. And I tell you that we are family is my cut. So listen, all of you who just listened to the interview, we want you to go to Blues Alley, and we want you, she's going to be here this weekend on the 8th and the 9th. Come on, let's go out. First of all, we as my Tyrone and Richard and Nee and all of y'all, get your butts on that line and get them tickets. I don't know how much it costs, but it should be, and listen, I don't want to tell her this, but I've never been to Blues Alley before.
Oh, it is so
I hear
nice.
so much about Blues Alley, but I've never. That Trendy Lenny, she have been everywhere. Girl, you need to sit down.
Because I love entertainment and fun.
Let's go to break before
let's have some fun.
Before I catch
it is very quaint and intimate.
Catch a case. Let's go to commercial break before I catch a case up in here. You should see how she bucking her eyes and flashing them lashes about Blues Alley. But we're going to be there this weekend. I tell you one thing, I need to get a comp ticket. I hope her media people listening. All right, it's commercial time here on the C. Allen Morning Show. We'll be right back after these messages.
Awesome.
1450 WOL.
McGruff here.
The crime dog?
Yep.
I think I'm going to need your help. I've got an internet bully.
Okay, well, what you do is...
Maybe you could put a virus on her computer. Or a tracking device. or a bug.
You don't have to do that, all you...
Or maybe we could get an attack dog. You ever see those attack dogs that can, like, rip a person's arm off? Seriously. Or like a SWAT team. A cyber SWAT team or something. Or like an army. Did you ever see that zombie army movie? We should get a zombie army.
Wait. All you need to do to stop an internet bully is delete their messages and never forward them on.
So, no zombies?
No zombies.
Bummer.
Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. For more information, visit ncpc.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, Crime Prevention Coalition of America, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pen and jot down this special number. Call 800-891-4904. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for much less money. Call 800-891-4904. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99. Best of all, there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials, and watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Call 800-891-4904. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut cost and get more. Call today. 800-891-4904. That's 800-891-4904. Again, 800-891-4904.
1450 WOL, Washington, D.C. and WPRS HD2 Waldorf, Washington. A Radio 1 station and worldwide at WOLDCnews.com.
The views and opinions of the following show do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of News Talk 1450 WOL, Radio 1 Incorporated, or their management.
Hey now. All right, everyone. I tell you, we're back live here. This is our second hour here, 1450 AM WOL Information at 5 hour. I hope my students are listening this morning. You know, I had to get on them past Thursday at many of them laying in the bed sleep. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have to do a roll call and have the students start calling me to let me know that they're listening this morning. 1-800-450-7876. Now, I don't want to have to make you call me so I can make sure that you're up listening to your leader this morning. We just got finished interviewing the iconic Kathy Sledge. We want our listeners to make sure that they go to Blues Alley and get your tickets for her. We need to do like a Sea Island morning show night, either Friday or Saturday. I've never been to Blues Alley. That Trinity Lindy, I tell you, she obsessed my soul. I mean, she'd have been to every restaurant. She'd have been to every club. She'd have been to every place. I think I need her to have many seats.
I like to have fun, sir.
Today, everybody, we're talking about how social media has changed our society. I want to hear from our listeners this morning, especially about these stupid challenges. Mm-hmm. And I know that many of you may not be on Facebook, so let me just share with you. One, the one that's making me very, very alarmed, Trendy, is the fire challenge.
Okay. I haven't seen that.
Mm-hmm. The fire challenge is where people they're putting the alcohol on them, the green alcohol, they put that on their body, mm-hmm. and then they light a match. The whole body gets on fire, and then they run into the shower to get the water off. Now, one video that I saw, the video went wrong because the guy had on shorts, and the fire got onto not just his body. Why are you falling out, Alonzo? Not just on his body. Yeah, he was a fool. Not just on his body, but it got on his shorts. His shorts got caught on fire. Then his mother and family members who was videotaping it was telling him, get under the water, get under the water. So then they said, take your shorts off, take your shorts off. And then there's another video that shows him with all these bandages on, talking about how stupid it was for him to do the fire challenge and how he has 2nd and 3rd degree burns.
My God.
Because of that. I want to hear from you. I need my listeners to really help me out this morning because my mind is going boggled crazy. How in the world? Who in the world? Where's Dave? I need to talk to Dave this morning. Who in the world is going to set themselves on fire? Now, what I thought was really awful, Trendy, was there was a video where a young lady who had no nose, she had one eye, and half of her face was gone, and she was on social media talking about pleading to other people. She did not do a fire challenge, but she was just in a fire. But she was explaining to them the excruciating pain, and how would people want to cause this kind of injury on themselves trying to do a challenge, videotape it, put it on Facebook. Why in the world would they do some kind of challenge like that, knowing that it could really be detrimental to their lives? I want you to call me 1-800-450-7876. I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me what in the world is going on. Then the next one, everybody. So the first one is the fire challenge, which I think is crazy, where they're taking alcohol and then they just set themselves on fire. I don't understand what kind of society that we live in that we are sensationalizing doing bodily harm to ourselves, and for what reason? What are you going to get? I don't understand. What is the logic of doing something like that? 1-800-450-7876. What in the world is the logic of doing something like that? That was the first thing that just really kind of bogged my mind. The next one is the pass out challenge.
Okay, I think I've seen that one.
No, I don't understand that one. What in the world is going on when you have somebody to try to see how long it's going to take for them to pass out? I don't understand. I don't understand. Do you know the effects of losing oxygen?
That's right.
And all of that. It just makes no sense. And then the cinnamon challenge. Now, I have to admit, I thought that was kind of funny.
Now, what's that?
The cinnamon challenge is when they try to eat cinnamon. And it's that burning effect. So then they start going crazy and looking for water and all this kind of stuff. It's just a whole bunch of foolishness. And I think that part of it has to do with the society, the need for entertainment, the need to be entertained. Is what I'm thinking. The need to be entertained. And I'm not understanding why our young people are now doing that. Why can't we take a challenge to teach people how to read? Why can't the challenge be to see how many people we can get for a prayer session? Why can't the challenge be how many people how many homeless people that we can find a place for? Why can't the challenges be positive challenges? I have no clue on where in the world all of this is coming from. The fire challenge, the cinnamon challenge, the pass out challenge, and our young kids are looking at this. And they're following suit.
Well, some of the ones who are doing it are the children, because the pass out challenge, I actually saw 5 young ladies stand on the bed. They were holding their breath, and one by one they passed out and fell to the floor. And it was the craziest thing I had ever. I mean, one by one they just dropped off the bed to the floor. And I said, what in the world is going on? But you know what a lot of it is, C. Allen, and this is just awful. So many people are so desperate for attention. Anything they can do, negative, positive, it doesn't matter what if. They want attention. And some of them are doing all of these things to get likes. They want to have 100 likes, 1,000 likes on their page, and then others are doing it to try to be discovered. They want to feel important. They want someone, some production company to call them and start a reality show with them and do all of these different things with them, because they don't feel important. They don't have a purpose, and they're just following suit with, the next big craze that's going on. And it's unfortunate.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I ain't gonna take that back. I'm not going to praise the mother who beat her daughter with a belt on Facebook for trying to do the pass out challenge. I'm not going to praise her, but what I'm going to say is that that's exactly what that little girl.
You understand, right?
That's exactly what she did. The mother. What happened was the little girl she was playing doing the pass out challenge on Facebook. The mother found out, and they videotaped the mother telling the girl, tell Facebook what you did. And she said, I was doing the pass out challenge. And then the mother said, then tell the Facebook what you about to get. I'm about to get a butt whooping. And I tell you, she tore that tail up with that belt.
How old did she appear?
The girl looked like she was about 13, 14, maybe 15.
It's a shame.
And that mother took that belt, and that mother tore that tail up on that belt. And even though, I'm not, I ain't going to sensationalize. The only thing I'm going to say is, I said, get her, mother, get her. Because at the end of the day, when are we going to realize, first of all, half of these parents, and we're not going to go there, but half of these parents, they work the 2 and 3 jobs. I say to myself, when do you have time for your children if you always out?
Exactly.
If you're always working and you're always out, when are you going? Who's raising the kids? So if the kids have cell phones like they do, and if the kids can go on the internet like they do, they see all of these stupid challenges and they follow suit.
Yeah.
How has social media changed the way we do things?
Well, see, Alan, if you had a child, would you be a friend on their page? And would you, go on, just to see what they're doing? Or is that something that should remain, should they have that privacy? Because a lot of parents...
Let me tell you something, Trendy. If I had kids... I'm going to know your Facebook. I'm going to know all your passcodes. I'm going to know everything. Let me tell you about Joyce Bennett. God bless my mother. My mother intentionally, even when I was in college, would come down and call herself cleaning my apartment, cleaning my room. You know where I'm going, Alonzo. Yeah, we know why Mama Joyce is doing it, because she going to make sure that she find out any and everything that she can. She going through every drawer. She's going through the dresser. She's going through the closet. She's going through everything, because she's going to figure out what's going on. And oftentimes, the only thing you have to do is just go in a child's room.
That's true.
You'll be able to see it. Now, I don't understand how in the world these folks, these mothers and stuff, when their children in there building bombs and setting off bombs and stuff, and the mamas say, oh, well, I didn't know. You don't go in your son's room? I didn't know my daughter was having sex. You don't go in her room?
That's right.
I mean, let me tell you something. Most times, that anything you need to know, you'll be able to find. Let me tell you something. So let me put it out there now. With the tenants and stuff that I have, the ones that I not in the rental unit, but in my house, I am going through the room when you're not there.
Really?
I said it.
Wow. See, Alan.
Let me say it again. The people who lived in my house, Alonzo, who shared the house with me, I'm going through that room
now,
when you're
why
not
is
there.
that, sir?
Now, you may want to call it a breach of privacy. You may want to call it, but let me tell you something. This is under my roof, because I'm not going to have no police or anybody else come up in there for somebody that's living in my home, and I don't know anything that's going on.
Okay.
Because guess what? They're going to take me too, because it's my house. Because we're supposed to know what's going on. If you're just tuning in, everyone, we're talking about how social media has changed society. We're talking about this crazy thing about the fire challenge, where people setting themselves on fire. The pass out challenge, where people are literally passing out, which makes no sense to me. The cinnamon challenge, how people try to eat a whole lot of cinnamon and all that kind of stuff, which was going to burn their mouth and all of that. But they're doing these things. Like Trendy said, I'm assuming, I have no reason. I'm waiting on the listeners to tell me. Somebody tell me. I don't know why. Trendy said they're doing it for likes. They're doing it to become popular and all of that. But why risk yourself and your livelihood for fame? And I just think that, but you know what? It kind of falls into everything. I think a lot of people do certain things that they normally wouldn't do just so they can try to become famous, just so they can get some kind of notoriety. Because then the one thing that I really want to talk about, I'm going to let you talk about that, Trendy.
What's that?
Because I don't want to get upset and start cussing. And that is all of the fights. Oh my God, I have never in my life, first of all, listeners, I'm the kind of person that I don't want to see any kind of violence. I don't want to see girls fighting. I don't want to see guys fighting. Now, I'm a boxing fanatic. I love looking at boxing. I love looking at wrestling. but that is in a professional form. But all of these videos of fighting on the subway, fighting out in public. Let me just share this with you. One day I was at home, and all of a sudden, it was a crowd of kids coming down the street because I live across the street from high school. It was crowds and crowds of kids coming down the street. They were waiting for the fight to kick off, but the strangest thing that was unbelievable, and I tried to get my phone so I can videotape it, was every single person, and it had to have been at least 75 kids in the middle of the street, all over the street. They all had their cell phones out, waiting and ready
to video it,
to video the fight. And they was chanting, "Come on, fight, fight, fight." And I'm sitting there. The first thing I did was I said, I was looking for my phone to video, but I said 911, 911, 911, because I called the police as quick as you could think. But this is where society is today.
It is.
And it's sad. It's sad that we run to our cell phones to capture the fight. I remember when I was growing up in school and the large crowd grew because they wanted to see the fight. Nowadays, the large crowd will grow and they all pulling out their cell phones telling people move out the way so they can get the best view of the fight. What in the world is going on? The question then remains to our listeners, do you have any kind of parental do you have any kind of parental restrictions for your children? Do you just let them get on Facebook anytime they want? Do they get on social media anytime do they want? Because now Facebook has gotten out of hand. Now they having sex and all kinds of stuff on these videos that they're posting. This is 1450 AM WOL, 1-800-450-7876. We'll be right back after these messages.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
Good morning. This WOL Traffic Update is brought to you by Maryland Live Casino. Rhode Island Avenue at 14th Street Northeast, the accident cleared. Everything there is open, so we're in much better shape there. Naylor Road northbound at Branch Avenue, the construction was in the right lane. 17th Street Northwest, Pennsylvania Avenue downtown, open now. Suspicious vehicle investigation wrapped up. Meet the pros at the Fantasy Football Draft Party at Live Casino August 15th at 7 p.m.
Cell phones telling people move out the way so they can get the best view of the fight. What in the world is going on? The question then remains to our listeners, do you have any kind of parental do you have any kind of parental restrictions for your children? Do you just let them get on Facebook anytime they want? Do they get on social media anytime do they want? Because now Facebook has gotten out of hand. Now they having sex and all kinds of stuff on these videos that they're posting. This is 1450 AM WOL, 1-800-450-7876. We'll be right back after these messages.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
Good morning. This WOL Traffic Update is brought to you by Maryland Live Casino. Rhode Island Avenue at 14th Street Northeast, the accident cleared. Everything there is open, so we're in much better shape there. Naylor Road northbound at Branch Avenue, the construction was in the right lane. 17th Street Northwest, Pennsylvania Avenue downtown, open now. Suspicious vehicle investigation wrapped up. Meet the pros at the Fantasy Football Draft Party at Live Casino August 15th at 7 p.m. Visit MarylandLiveCasino.com for details. At Arundel Mills, must be 21. Now your WOL weather forecast brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life. For today, mostly sunny, a high near 90 degrees, a few clouds overnight down to 70. Tomorrow, sun and clouds, and could see a stray shower, a high near 91. Imagine the dark picture if Thomas Edison had given up on the light bulb, but failure didn't discourage Edison. Optimism, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com. Steve Hirschhorn for News Talk 1450 WOL, where information is power.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
All right, everyone, we're back here live. I have a problem. But, you know, like we were talking during the break, a lot of this stuff has been happening for years. It's just that social media has been is now allowing us to view.
It's amplified.
And to see what our society is turning into. But you know what? I just think it's unfortunate because, you know, we are the mothers and grandmothers. I keep saying that over and over again. What is the church doing? Where are our pastors? Where are our leaders? Because at the end of the day, we are supposed to be showing the little young people that's growing up, showing them the other side of how we do things. You know, and a lot of times, you know, we have folks instigating it more than putting it on because, wait a minute, there's this one. And I know our listeners, many of them are not on social media, so they just listen to us like, are you serious? There is one, there's a series of videos where I'm going to say an adult is videotaping a girl that's like, she's 6, 7 years old, and she's using so much profanity. She's calling herself, cussing somebody out, and the person in the background is just laughing and laughing and laughing as the girl saying MFB, all kinds of stuff over and over and over again. And what's so unfortunate is that it's almost like, what are we teaching if you're doing it now at 6 and 7 years old, where you can barely talk, and you are using some of the worst profanity that you can ever think about? I can remember we were growing up on the school bus, and we would say a little curse word every now and then, and everybody said, "Ooh, Linda cuss," and stuff like that. Now you are hyping up little kids using the worst profanity, and the worst part to me is a lot of the fights that you see have parents there, and they're jumping in. And so it's just so unfortunate because this is the kind of stuff that is on Facebook. And I'm just a little disappointed really with Facebook because now you're starting to see any and everything up there.
Yes.
You're starting to see any and everything. And I said to myself, at one time, they were very strict about their privacy, their rules, and the things that you can do and can't do. Now, it's a lot of the words are not in English, so it's coming from somewhere else, but it's just a lot of videos that it's a lot of nudity in the videos. And now they're just letting anybody post. I saw something the other day where a girl came over to the car with her leggings down, where her behind was completely showing, and part of her front area. And I don't know if she was a prostitute or whatever, but she came over to the car and said she needed $1,000, and she was walking in the broad daylight like that. And so the problem that I have with social media is the fact that what they're doing is everyone is now capturing the foolishness that's probably has always been going on.
Yeah.
We just never seen it before.
Exactly.
What they're not understanding is children are younger and younger watching and looking at things on social media. My nieces and nephews who's 9, 10, and 11 knows how to get on Facebook and other things. And if you befriend the wrong person, you may begin to see these things. And this is the reason why we have to be careful on who we friend and who we accept as a friend on social media.
That's true.
Because a lot of times, skipping gears really quickly, do you know that a lot of people's employers go on Facebook and other social networks just to see what you're doing, who you're talking to, how you interacted?
Yes.
I try to be
your pictures.
I try to be very careful on what I will put out there. You know, there's 5 ways that Facebook has changed us for better and for worse. Facebook is coming up on 10 years and 1.2 billion users. Now, one of the good things about Facebook is that you can share major events like dating, graduations, you bought a house, got a puppy, stuff like that. Like me sharing my pictures from us going to Longhorn. Us at the us at the Woodmont Grill, all that kind of stuff. So that's a positive thing for better, but for worse, you know, is a lot of oversharing. You know, sometimes people, you know, can clog in your box with some of the same stuff over and over again, and that is one of the things that some people said about me. They said if I see another 20 Tuesdays, another Lock Me Up Thursdays, my cousin Lily is hilarious. She tell me I'm gonna defriend you if you keep talking about the business series and this and that, this and that. And I told her it's because they want to see all the foolishness. When I go on social media, a lot of times I do for two things, Trinity. The first thing I do it is because I want people, well, one, I'm promoting my businesses. But the other side is a lot of people only know Mr. Bennett. They don't know the personal side. So I do like to share sometimes what I'm eating. I do like to share my pictures, like when I was in Germany, I took pictures of the apartment, all of that. Because sometimes you want people to join your journey. And to go along with you, but then a lot of people are just private people, and they don't want to, you know, put all this stuff out there like trendy.
But you know, I appreciate
because
you.
Alonzo, if Trendy showed pictures of all the restaurants and all the stuff she went to, we will come up with different conclusions. Go ahead, Trendy.
But we can appreciate those of you who want to share your journey and allow people to see another side of you. That's all well and wonderful, and we do love those things. But there's some other ones. When they get up in the morning, they talk about everything that they do. They tell everything. And I'm thinking, who wants to, first of all, we don't care. We don't care that you're going to the laundromat and cleaning up your house later and taking the kids skating. We don't want, well, there is more on the positive side. It is.
No, but you're right.
But it's
nobody
just
wants to see.
much. It's way too much. Nobody wants to know every intricate detail of your life.
But you know what?
I think that's.
But I don't know about that, because let me tell you.
You want to know all of that?
No. Let me tell you, because this is what Rashawn does. Rashawn will put up there, just made it to the airport on my way to Birmingham.
But at least he's going somewhere.
Just made it in Birmingham and checked into the hotel, ready to chill. I'm out to dinner now with Acia and Now, for somebody like me, because he's my executive assistant and he's a good friend, he doesn't like to talk when he's traveling. So he used social media. So I'm like, oh, okay. So at least I know, you know, what's going on and all of that. Because if I waited for a phone call,
you wouldn't get it.
I'll still be waiting. All right, let's go back to our list. So the first thing was to share major events. This is some of the better for worse on Facebook. The worst part was the overshare. The next one is they have 1.2 billion people. And so the good thing about it is that now you have an opportunity. It's wide open for you to, you know, so many people now, which I said that I'm going to start this fall, is I'm going to really ramp up our show on YouTube.
Okay.
Where we could start doing things and record it for YouTube so people can see us more, because it doesn't matter how good you are if nobody knows. So we want to do that on YouTube. But the bad part about it, this is a CNN report, said that the drifting apart, how oftentimes, you know, you do start to drift from people that you are keeping contact with. The next one was, a lot of times they said Facebook, it makes you happy, you know, and then sometimes it makes you unhappy. It makes you happy when you see a lot of things that people has done. You have opportunity to just view a lot of stuff that's going on. The next one is every day is a reunion. Which means that you get a good opportunity to reconnect with that aunt, reconnect with the people that you normally wouldn't talk to on a day-to-day basis, you know, reconnect with your high school friend, reconnect with your first boyfriend. Trenton.
We don't want to do that.
But just things like that, it gives you a good opportunity. And then the other one was the privacy. You know, the good thing about it is you can select who you see on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can select who sees you.
Well, actually, I don't know how true that is, because
it's the business series and all of that. So you can't see my
private.
You can't
things.
see me at Longhorn with the family and the salon and the friends, but you can see the business series flyer.
Gotcha. I got you.
Let's go to Rashawn. Rashawn, good morning. Today we're talking about how social media has changed our way of living. Talk to me.
Absolutely. I was getting in the car and I heard my name, so I felt compelled to call in.
Oh, Jesus.
But you know what? One important point that I wanted to bring across, since you mentioned why I update on social media when I travel, is because it's to create a documentation of where I am. Because a lot of times we travel places, we're going by ourselves and whatnot. And it's not only so just, for people just for general knowledge to know, but if something ever happened, people can say, okay, this is where he was here, and then they will know, to basically be able to figure out what happened, where'd he go, or whatnot, is to create a timeline.
And that's funny because I often watch those shows, those kind of detective shows, and the shows that start off with, it was a cold day in Alabama, and all that kind of stuff. And the funny thing is that something like that is really actually good, because if something were to happen, it's easy to kind of trace back and kind of, the help along with the investigation, because, you're giving people step by step of what's going on. Now, I often do that when I travel as well. So I think that's great. So let me ask you this. We only have 2 minutes before we go to break. What is your opinion on what's going on with Facebook now? The fire challenge, the pass out challenge, the cinnamon challenge. Talk to me, Mr. Vashon.
I have been, I'll just say recently, I've really been kind of, for lack of a better word, disgusted with Facebook. I've been toying with the idea of shutting down my own account, because it seems like, as I look on my timeline, it's just filled with those kind of things. And I think it's unnecessary, crazy, ignorant stuff. It's just things that make no sense. Why would you do something that could potentially harm you, but then also you have somebody videotaping you do something that can potentially harm you to upload it for other people to see? The same thing like with the fights on Facebook. When I happen to turn Facebook on, when I'm sitting in the bed, when I first get up, it's a stream of, girl fight, boy fight videos everywhere. And I'm just like, if that's what the social media is coming to, then I don't need that.
Absolutely. And that's well put. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rashawn. We got to go to commercial break now, and we appreciate your input. All right, everyone, this is 1450 AM WOL. Information is power. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with social media and how has it changed our life. This is 1450 AM. Call me at 1-800-450-7876. We'll be right back after these messages.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
Good morning. I'm Doug Parrish. Here's the latest from News1.com. Brought to you in part by Maryland Live Casino. Meet the pros at the Fantasy Football Draft Party at Live Casino August 15th. A second person has died from a suspected drug overdose at the Mad Decent Block Party concert that was held in Maryland over the weekend. According to InsideNova.com, a 17-year-old from Virginia died after attending the music festival that was held at Merriweather Post Pavilion. This comes as another concert-goer died from an apparent drug overdose on Friday. Be prepared for a number of street closures in downtown D.C. this week as the White House hosts leaders from across Africa for a major trade summit. The Africa Summit event runs today through Wednesday at the Occidental Hotel downtown. The event is aimed at strengthening trade ties between the U.S. and African nations. Well, the prosecution's key witness returns to the stand today as the corruption trial of former Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell enters its second week. Julie Carpenter has more.
Former Star Scientific CEO Johnny Williams told the court Friday that he often did not remember when he gave gifts and loans to the couple. The McDonnell's attorneys have asserted that the former first couple's marriage was crumbling when Williams claims he came to an understanding with them that he would provide luxury gifts and large loans in exchange for political favors. The defense says the couple was estranged at the time of their association with Williams. I'm Julie Carpenter reporting.
Well, happy birthday, President Obama. Today marks the president's 53rd birthday at the White House. The National Zoo's panda cub Bao Bao is celebrating her first birthday this month. Bao Bao is only the second surviving cub born at the zoo in more than 40 years. And the news brought to you in part by Marlowe Furniture. Looking for furniture? Visit us online at marlowefurniture.com. I'm Doug Parrish. When you're looking for news for Black America, go to newsone.com.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
Good morning, everyone. We are back live on the C. Allen Morning Show. We have had a wonderful time this morning, and we have we're talking about today. Mr. B is doing a run Joe right now. He's still celebrating his birthday. But today we've been taking a look at how social media has changed our society. And I want to say it has changed dramatically. I was in church on yesterday, and never have I ever seen a time where the pastor stands from the pulpit and pretty much encourages everyone to pull out their cell phones, iPods and pads, and text your friends, tweet your friends, do all of these things. Let them know to tune into streaming media to watch them live do their sermon. I'm like, wow, we have put down the Bible pretty much. We have Bibles on our telephones and all of these things. And
and you know what, Jen,
wow.
And listen, not to cut you off, because I want you to go on, but listen, I just want to say that that we're living, how social media has changed, and we live in a more of a techno kind of world, because now when we stand up and they say, I need you to open your Bibles, people are pulling out iPads and people pulling out their cell phones. And the funny thing was,
you very seldom see the book.
And the funny thing was, I said to myself, oh my God, they so rude. What are these people doing on their cell phone? But they pulled up the Bible. Like my niece has the Bible on her cell phone. I said, my God. Now, Alonzo, there was a time when we were growing up, we had no cell phone. There was no such thing as cell phones.
That's true.
I remember my first car phone was this great big old huge thing that I had to plug into the cigarette lighter thing.
Yes, and it was huge.
A huge phone that I used to have, and now it's just amazing how little kids at 7 and 8 years old are asking for cell phones and all of that. It's amazing. And my only thing is, because of how crazy the world is, we have to be very careful. Go ahead, Trini, if I start preaching.
So it was just amazing to see. But the last point, and a lot of this instruction is coming from the pulpit. And the pastor actually said, she was like, now I know some of you are not fond of the texting and all of that, but you better get with it or you will be irrelevant, pretty much is what she said. And it's like, oh my God, I have to really, and you feel pressure, sometimes if that's not your thing to really be a part of it, now you can really feel pressured and really feel outdated if you're not doing it. But the last thing that...
wait a minute before you go to the last thing. You know what? That is so true, because I listen to the listeners, listeners who come in to me on Tuesdays to get their hand done. I ask them for an email address. They don't have one. And they say, I don't do that Facebook thing and I don't all that kind of stuff. But one of the things about texting and stuff is that, now it's almost like grandmamas have another choice. Because my mother, I see her, she get the phone, she starts squinching her eyes, and she looking at the phone and all of that. And I'll never forget, me and my mother, I was teaching her how to text, or Roberta was teaching, somebody was teaching her, and how when she sent me a text, I was just so happy because I got a text from my mother. It was just the funniest thing how she was texting me. And Alonzo, be quiet, your crazy self. But anyway, so I just thought it was just so weird. So now my mother's gotten to the habit of texting me. And it's just another form of communication. But so I'm talking to all my old folk now that's listening, because I love my seniors.
Yes,
I call them old folk because I'm the only one that can get away with stuff like that.
You are the only one.
So all my old folk listening, baby, learn how to text. Let grandbaby teach you how to text today.
But the last point that the pastor made, she was like, starting in a few weeks, we're going to be able to pay our tithes through a text. I'm thinking, what? No longer do you have to show up in the building. First of all, they're going to get their ties. So you can now go online. You can do all of these other things. They have it where you can just put your card number on the envelopes when you're in church, and they will draft it from your account. But now you're going to be able to text your tithe in. And I'm thinking, my God. But you know what's funny? I never really even wanted a cell phone. I'm just so old-fashioned in some ways. And my mother was the one who insisted that I had a cell phone. But she's the one, you know how there's some people, every new phone that comes out, the iPhone and Galaxy 5, and people have to have these phones. Yep. They cost $700 and plus. I'm thinking, I am not paying $700 for a telephone, C. Allen.
And that's what you call my nephews has to have the top of the line iPhone and all that kind of stuff. Like, I have a Galaxy 4, and then the Galaxy 5 come out. My friends are saying over and over again to me, you're not going to get the Galaxy 5, you're not going to get the Galaxy 5, all that kind of crazy stuff. But I also think that it's a ploy from the phone people too. It
is. They're trying to keep.
As soon as the Galaxy 5 came out, my 4 started acting up.
Really?
And I just believe that all of that is technology.
It is.
Speaking of technology, you know, I have a Mercedes-Benz, and it's just amazing to me that once my warranty was up, I started getting all of these issues because it is computerized, and there's somebody somewhere, I don't care what anybody say, there's somewhere in some room hitting those computer buttons to make that car mess up so I can give Mercedes-Benz those thousands of dollars to get that car fixed. I'm going to tell you why. Because the last car that I hit from Mercedes, I had a full 5-year warranty, and the entire time I hit the car, I didn't have any issues besides brakes.
That's right.
Now with this new car, now that the 2-year warranty is gone, every time you turn around, there's different things going on with the car. All this stuff is computerized, a way to get your money. So oftentimes we got to think we would spend thousands of dollars on a car, then we have to spend almost just as much to maintain the car if you don't get the insurance. So listen, so all of you who are about to go get a car, make sure you get full coverage for the entire time that you have the car, because if something go wrong, you can do it. Because I'm telling you, you don't get full coverage and you get these fancy cars, I have never in my life experienced a bill $4,200. $5,700. Those are down payments for new cars.
True. Or you can get a hoopty with that. You can get a whole car.
And then on top, but wait a minute, then on top of that, they're making stuff like the Hondas look just as good as the BMWs and the Mercedes, and with all some really nice features and stuff. So when we were growing up, we would tease people who had a Honda, because you could get a Honda for $4,000 or $5,000. Them days are over. Now they have the things that I have in my car. You back it up, you can see the screen.
Yes.
Sometimes the wheel will move for you.
The heated seats, because I had one for 10 years, and that thing did me good. I didn't do maintenance. I didn't do anything on that car, and that car took me everywhere. I drove out of town on a weekly basis. I was driving out of town, and that car did me well. So don't slight the Hyundai now.
All right, everybody, I forgot you had one. All right, everybody, let's go to Michelle Hall. Michelle Hall on social media says social media these days had lots of positives if used that way. However, nowadays we have too many people with idle time on their hands, and you know what they say, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. Social media has contributed to more hate, infidelity, stupid, idiotic things just to be seen. It's crazy. Reminds me of the throwback hip-hop track, Self-Destruction.
Yes.
So I think that it's important that we we kind of know what's going on. Also, everybody, when we talk about the pros and the cons of being on social media, the pros is one, it allows you to interact with far more people than you otherwise would be able to, which is true. You can meet so many people. You can interact with so many people. I just had an email today from a guy doing a TV show, wanted to know, he wanted to talk to me about how I can be a part of the television show. I just got that email. So you interact with so many people. There's a guy that is I believe is in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to know more about my Nice to Neighbors Day because he want to do something like that in his community. So, it's just you meet, so you interact. Another one is easy to organize events, and God knows that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It is so easy for me to rally students together and to organize events, from makeup classes to different events through social media. So that's another pro. And then the third one is to stay in touch and see what others are doing. And oftentimes, let me just share this with some of you who listen to me and like to follow me. Listen, sometimes if I have time, I will go to London on Facebook, to the beauty schools, just to check out their websites and see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I will go to Australia to the barber school, check out their website and see what they're doing. That is a pro when it comes to that, because oftentimes we try to reinvent the wheel. Why reinvent the wheel when we can see something that someone is doing really great and you say, hey, I never thought about that, that makes sense, and then you turn around and you do some of the same things. So I think that that's important. Now, the negative side to it is, first one is identity theft. You know, how many times have people stolen people's profiles and made it seem like they're that person, and now they're talking to people, and they have that show that comes on TV called Catfish, where people, let's say I am pretending like I'm Rashawn Broadnax, and you fall in love with looking at Rashawn Broadnax, but it's really me. And then when it's time to meet, it's really me, and it's not Rashawn Broadnax. So a lot of people are stealing people's identity on Facebook. On social media. The second one is privacy. That's another con. Too many people have lost their jobs because they posted them being drunk. They posted them being a stripper. They posted them being in places when they told their boss they were sick. You know, like I told my sister, it's amazing to me how I'll put something on Facebook, Alonzo, and a teacher at 9:35 is liking it. How in the devil can you like something at 9:35 and your black butt's supposed to be up teaching? Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to say all that. All right, and then the last thing was some sites have viruses, which is true. If you download certain sites on the web, you know, and you know, you got to remember it's a money making thing, because when certain sites is going to mess up your computer, now you got to call a Geek Squad, now you got to call different people. Now there's so many softwares that you can get to try to get rid of the virus and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of it has to do with these websites that have the malware and all these things that's associated with them. So those are some of the pros and cons.
Well, one of the cons that
hold that, we got to go to break. When we come back, Trendy Lindy going to get into the cons of social media. This is 1450 AM. WOL, information is power.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
For the future and our goals inside.
Good morning, it's WOL. Brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life. Accident on the outer loop in Silver Spring, westbound 495 at Georgia Avenue in the right lane. Look for a backup that begins near Colesville Road in Silver Spring to get past the accident. It was construction northbound Naylor Road at Branch Avenue in the right lane, northbound Woodyard Road at Branch Avenue, emergency road work in the right lane. Imagine the dark picture if Thomas Edison had given up on the light bulb, but failure didn't discourage Edison. Optimism. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com. Now your WOL weather forecast brought to you by Maryland Live Casino. For today, mostly sunny, high around 90 degrees, a few clouds overnight down to 70. And for tomorrow, sun and clouds and a high near 91. Meet the pros at the Fantasy Football Draft Party at Live Casino August 15th at 7 p.m. Visit MarylandLiveCasino.com for details at Arundel Mills. Must be 21. Steve Hirschhorn for News Talk 1450 WOL, where information is power.
News updates on the web at WOLDCnews.com.
All right, everyone, we're back here live here on the Sea Island Morning Show, and we are just really excited. So I tell you, everyone, we are going to finish that and pick back up with our announcements. But Trendy, I'm sorry, you had a comment.
Yeah, you know.
Well, why were you looking at me when I tell you that we're going to?
Well, I was gonna bust in. I was just waiting for you to. I was trying to give you a chance, sir, because I was gonna.
I tell you,
I was gonna break
trending
in.
Came to Longhorn acting like she was at Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Okay,
Sir,
go ahead
first
with
of
the
all,
con. Go ahead with the con. Go ahead with the con.
Because you know. Okay, so everyone knows I'm a big relationship advocate. I love healthy, whole relationships. And one thing, you know, that social media does, and it depends on who's, you know, actually who's actually doing their social media, but a lot of relationships have been in jeopardy because of wives or husbands reuniting with certain people from the past, and they're saying things, doing things, meeting each other and things, which has really caused a break and a separation in some of the marriages and relationships. So I think because we have this opportunity to reconnect in such a vast way, a lot of people aren't using wisdom, and they're doing way too much with the other sex and past people. Sometimes we need to allow the past to be the past, and we need to move forward and not even entertain a lot of foolishness with people that, you know, are going to cause friction in our relationships. But I've seen a lot of relationships break up because of conversation and then meetings that's going on because of hooking up through social media. So sometimes that can be a con.
Absolutely. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and switch gears because this is our final segment. I wanted to make sure that one, we let the listeners know that if you missed last week's show, my God, you must go to our website, which is www.calanmorningshow.com, so you can look at the title of it is the 411 on Bennett. Bennett, in reference to that's the Bennett Career Institute, and we talk about the 411 on Bennett, and it was an awesome show. Alonzo, you missed it last week. We had a graduate to call to talk about how she was over at CCA Correctional Facility and how I was the guest speaker because I have a contract there, and I came over and I spoke to the girls there, and she said right then and there her life was changed when she left CCA, which is a Correctional Treatment Facility, CTF. When she left there, Correction Corporation of America, she came to the Bennett Career Institute. She enrolled in our program. And she called to say how she just graduated, and now she's board pending, and just applied to work at our MLK location. And she talked about how she went from the jail to the institute and now to a professional career. And she broke down in tears, and it was just very emotional. And we didn't know that she was going to break down. We didn't know that she was going to even tell the part about her being in jail. I just said, I'm going to let you tell your story. And I thought it was just absolutely remarkable, because one of the things that we do here on the Sea Island Morning Show, 1450 AM, is we're trying to change lives one hair strand at a time. Yes. We want to be able to be a blessing to people. When you come into the Signature Salon to see me, of course I don't look nothing like I sound, as everybody say. The last client, Alonzo, said, my God, stop telling people that you're fat. I thought you were going to be a great big 300-pound man when I walked in the door. So I do, and I said, well, I didn't think that I was portraying myself as fat. I just love to eat now. Now, you know, I'm waiting for my few minutes because I'm about to go give me something to eat. Anyway, but you know, I just wanted to say to the listeners out there that as we get ready for fall classes, if you know anyone that is interested in changing their life, we also had Daryl Robinson to call in and say he was 50. He was in his 50s when he started his journey at the Bennett Career Institute as a single father, you know, wanting to do something different, not sit around on disability. And now he's going to be a professional barber stylist. Yes. So what I'm telling you is, it's not all about It's not all about just doing hair, but it's about changing lives. It's about helping people from day to day. And I just think that it is crucial. I think that it is important that if you know someone that wants a second career, if you know someone that is creative and that's talented, if you know someone that would like to enroll, don't send them anywhere else. Send them to the award-winning Bennett Career Institute. Let's go to Dave. If this is my Dave, he's super late because I told Dave to call in the first hour to talk about how social media had changed our lives, and now he's calling while I'm trying to do my closing. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, how y'all doing this morning?
Good morning, sir. We're doing great.
Oh, great.
So, Dave, you wasn't listening when I said, where's Dave at? I need him to help me here with this fight, the fire challenge, the cinnamon challenge, the pass out challenge, all this foolishness on social media. Talk to me, Dave, because I'm going to hang up on you in a second.
And I heard everything you said. I was just in the middle of making bacon and eggs. But anyway, you know, it just amazes me how we can spend all our time you on the cell phone on social media. But I feel like this: if you ain't making no money up there, like on eBay, what good is it?
Okay.
I mean, we need some money. We need to make some money out here. And everybody's running around how about we can't find no jobs and all this other type of stuff, but we can afford to stay on the phone or cell phones all day long.
Yes.
It's crazy.
It is.
So, David, let me ask you this. So, what's your take on all of this fighting on social media? The people set themselves on fire, all these crazy challenges. What's your take on that?
Oh, man, it's crazy. Y'all didn't y'all leave out the knockout game where you walking down the street?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That run up to you and knock you on the ground?
Yes.
Yeah, that's on social media, too.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I mean, it's just, you know, I got a question for y'all. What do y'all adults do out here when one of these kids come up from behind y'all and sucker punch y'all on video and put it up? I mean, what do y'all do? Do y'all say, oh, I can't hit them back? Oh, I can't do nothing to them because they ain't 21 yet? Or do you just go off and handle your business?
Well,
we need to know these things.
Okay, and that's true. And see, first, and thank you, Dave. Thank you so much. But listen, this is what happens. Now, I believe that, and I'll let Trendy respond too, but I'm going to consult with the police. I'm going to try to do a report. I'm going to try to call the police, because if we get sucker punch and take our book bag off, whatever, and then start going after the person, then I think that it's going to be a ripple effect and it's going to cause more harm than good. And I know that personally, you know, we want to retaliate and all of that, but I definitely do not recommend, because most of the times when they do that, they're in a crowd, they have a crowd of people watching them. They just don't come up on their own, hit you. No, they're trying to impress people. They're trying to show off. They're trying to let other people see that they can knock you out. So if they didn't knock you out, and you try to go after them, then you're going to be facing not only that person, but all the people that were spectators.
Wow.
Okay, well, all I can say is I hope y'all got a strong jaw. If it ain't strong, you might have to do all your report after you wake up.
Hang up on David. Hang up on Alonzo.
But you know what?
David.
Dave made a valid point that we forgot. Another bad thing is social media can suck you in, and before you know it, you started at 9 a.m., you know, on Facebook,
That's
and it's
true.
10 p.m. by the time you get off. So you have a whole day gone
That's true.
where you were not productive, and you just watch everyone else's life and didn't do anything
That's
to make
true.
your own life better. It sucks you in.
That's true.
It can be
because
horrible.
I noticed that I can get on Facebook around 11 o'clock before I go to bed just to like check my email or what have you. And you go into the timeline. Next thing you know, it's 12:30.
Yeah.
Because you're reading everybody's story, you're getting caught up with what's going on with your family and friends, and next thing you know, or you are like in my case, a lot of students are asking questions and saying things and all of that. I'm responding to people where it goes on and on and on, when I'm just used to, you know, I'm a communicator. Call me on the phone, boo. And but all that typing and all of that, you know,
and you know how I type. You know how I send a text. It's awful.
But you know what, though? That Dave tried to trick me, everybody. Dave tried to trick me. Dave tried to trick C. Allen.
How did he try to trick C. Allen?
Because Dave said, "What would you do if somebody come behind and sucker punch you?" That Dave tried to trick C. Allen. So I had to do the professional thing because I know my mother is listening, and that is you need to turn it over into the hands of the authority. Now, if I wasn't live on the air,
okay,
and someone tried to sucker punch C.